What if every closed door you've ever encountered was not a rejection, but a redirection to a better path? What if every no you've heard was the universe protecting you from a future that was not meant for you? For a strong man, rejection is not a verdict, it is a compass. Rejection is Redirection for Strong Men, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Understand the nature of rejection. Imagine a skilled navigator captaining his ship across a vast ocean, aiming for a famed and beautiful harbor. After a long journey, he arrives, only to see from a distance that the harbor is closed. A great chain is drawn across its entrance, and signal flags indicate that no ships are being admitted. The novice captain would take this as a personal insult. He would rage at the harbor master, curse his luck, and feel that his entire journey was a failure. He would internalize the closed gate as a verdict on his worth as a captain. The wise, Stoic captain, however, sees the situation with perfect clarity. He does not see a rejection, he sees information. The locked harbor is not a statement about him or his ship. It is simply a fact about the harbor at this particular time. He calmly notes the information, consults his charts, and begins to plot a new course toward a different, perhaps even better harbor. This brings us to one of the most painful inner conflicts a man can face, the sting of rejection. Whether it comes from a job interview, a romantic interest, or a creative project, the feeling of being told no can feel like a deep personal wound. The problem statement is this: we suffer immensely from rejection because we fundamentally misunderstand its nature. We are the novice captain. We believe the closed harbor is a final judgment on our worthiness. We take an external event, which is fundamentally neutral, and we internalize it, allowing it to become a source of shame, self-doubt, and despair. This catastrophic misinterpretation is what gives rejection its power to derail our confidence and halt our progress. The transformative solution is to learn to see rejection through the eyes of the wise captain. You must understand the Stoic truth that rejection is merely information, not a verdict. The core idea is that the world does not revolve around you. A company not hiring you is a business decision based on 1,000 factors you cannot see. A person not wanting a second date is a personal preference based on their own complex inner world. The closed harbor may be due to a plague, a political issue, or a festival. It is almost never about you. When you can truly internalize this, rejection is stripped of its emotional poison. It is no longer a source of shame, but simply a piece of data that indicates this is not the path for you right now. It is a redirection. This wisdom is a direct application of the Stoic dichotomy of control. The decisions of others, the harbor master, the hiring manager, the romantic interest, are completely outside of your control. To stake your inner peace on their yes is to guarantee a life of anxiety. The Stoic focuses only on what is his: the quality of his ship, the skill of his navigation, and the wisdom of his response to any and all circumstances. To begin this practice of understanding rejection, you must become an objective log keeper of your own journey. For the next week, if you face any rejection, no matter how small, you will perform a fact versus story entry in your journal. You will draw a line down the middle of a page. In the left column, you will write the facts. Here, you will write only the objective, observable reality. For example, I submitted my proposal and the response was no thank you. In the right column, you will write the story. Here, you will write the dramatic, emotional interpretation your ego immediately created. My idea was terrible. They think I'm an amateur. I'll never succeed. By separating the two, you will see with stunning clarity that all your pain is coming from the story, not from the fact. The fact is neutral information. The story is a self-inflicted wound. The profound benefit of this practice is that you will begin to short-circuit your habit of personalizing external events. Rejection will start to lose its emotional sting. It will transform from a source of shame into a source of simple, useful information, like a lighthouse signaling that there are rocks here, and you should steer a different course. You are learning to be the wise captain who is not angered by the lighthouse, but grateful for its guidance. Understanding the nature of rejection is our shield. But to withstand the blow of even a blunted arrow, our own vessel must be strong. In our next lesson, we will learn how to build true resilience through unshakable self-worth. If you are ready to see rejection as redirection, declare it in the comments below. The closed harbor is not about me. Your commitment to this truth helps our entire community navigate with greater wisdom. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel and like this video to support our voyage. Lesson 2. Build resilience through self-worth. Let us return to our wise sea captain. He has just been turned away from the harbor he intended to enter. His resilience in this moment, his ability to calmly plot a new course without despair, does not come from a belief that the next harbor will surely accept him. It comes from a deep and unshakable confidence in the seaworthiness of his own vessel. He built the ship. He knows the strength of its timbers, the quality of its rigging, and the skill of his crew. His sense of worth as a captain resides in the quality of his ship and his command of it, not in the welcome he receives from any single port. The port's opinion is irrelevant to the ship's integrity. His worth is internal. This brings us to a critical inner conflict. We want to be resilient in the face of rejection, but we often try to build our resilience on a faulty foundation. The problem statement is this: our resilience is fragile because our self-worth is externally located. We feel valuable when we are accepted and worthless when we are rejected. Our sense of self is a small, flimsy boat, tossed about by the changing tides of other people's opinions. When the wave of rejection hits, we feel like we are sinking because we have built our ship out of the very water that is trying to drown us. This externalization of our self-worth is the reason why rejection can be so devastating and why it is so difficult to bounce back. The transformative solution is to engage in the great Stoic project of building your self-worth from the inside out. You must become the master shipbuilder of your own character. The core idea is that unshakable resilience is a byproduct of a self-worth that is anchored in things you can control: your own virtues, your discipline, your integrity, and the effort you put forth. When your sense of value comes from the quality of your own ship, you can sail any sea with confidence. The approval of any given harbor is a pleasant convenience, but the lack of it is never a catastrophe, because your integrity as a captain and the seaworthiness of your vessel remain intact. The Stoics taught that the opinions of others are a matter of indifference. This doesn't mean you should be rude or antisocial. It means that these things have no bearing on your fundamental worth as a virtuous human being. Your worth is determined by your commitment to wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. By focusing your energy on building these qualities, you are building a vessel so strong that no external storm can sink it. To begin this practice of building your inner vessel, you must create an internal shipyard. For the next week, you will choose one area of your life to work on that is entirely within your control and that builds tangible value. This is your shipbuilding project. It could be a physical project, like committing to a new workout routine. It could be a mental project, like committing to reading a challenging book for 30 minutes a day. It could be a character project, like practicing patience in traffic or with a difficult family member. Choose one project. Your entire mission for the week is to focus on the quality of your effort in this shipyard. You are not focused on the outcome. You are not trying to get a specific result at the gym or finish the book. You are focused on the act of building itself. At the end of each day, you will take out your journal, and instead of asking, "What did I get today?" you will ask, "What did I build today?" You will log your effort. Today, I laid the timbers of discipline by going to the gym even when I didn't feel like it. Or, today, I reinforced the hull of my mind by reading and expanding my knowledge. The profound benefit of this practice is that you will begin to source your self-worth from your own actions, not from the world's reactions. You will feel a deep and satisfying pride that is completely independent of external validation. You are building something real, solid, and entirely your own. Your confidence will grow, not because you believe you will never be rejected again, but because you know that even if you are, your ship is strong, your command is sure, and there are always other, better harbors to find. A strong ship is essential. But even the strongest ship needs a captain who can maintain his composure in the face of a storm. In our next lesson, we will learn how to master emotional distance in the face of failure and rejection. If you are ready to start building your ship, declare it in the comments below. My worth is in my vessel. Your commitment to self-construction inspires our entire community. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 3. Master emotional distance in failure. Imagine our captain, his strong ship now caught in a fierce storm. The winds howl, the waves crash over the deck, and the ship is violently tossed about. A novice captain would be on the deck, in the heart of the chaos, clinging to the railing, drenched and terrified. His perspective is limited to the immediate, terrifying wave before him. He is fused with the chaos. The master captain, however, knows the value of distance. He ascends to the crow's nest, high on the main mast. From this elevated, stable position, he is not immune to the storm, but he is detached from the immediate chaos on the deck. He can see the larger pattern of the waves, he can spot the distant break in the clouds, and he can call down clear, strategic commands to his crew. His emotional distance gives him strategic clarity. This is a powerful metaphor for a common inner conflict. When we experience the storm of rejection or failure, we get caught on the deck. The problem statement is this: we allow ourselves to fuse with the painful emotions of the moment. We don't just feel disappointment, we become disappointment. We don't just feel the sting of rejection, we are rejection. This lack of emotional distance is what makes failure so overwhelming. Our vision narrows to the single terrifying wave that is about to crash over us, and we lose all perspective, all sense of strategy, and all hope. We are drowning in the emotion of the moment. The transformative solution is to learn to climb the mast. You must practice the Stoic art of creating emotional distance in the face of failure. The core idea is that you are not your emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. By cultivating the ability to step back and observe your feelings from a higher, more detached perspective, you can experience them without being consumed by them. You are the captain in the crow's nest, watching the storm with a calm, analytical eye, not the sailor being washed overboard. This distance does not eliminate the pain, but it puts the pain in its proper context, allowing you to maintain your clarity and your power of choice. The Stoics called this objective representation. They trained themselves to describe events, even painful ones, in the most objective, unemotional language possible. Instead of saying, "My heart is broken," they might say, "I am experiencing the physiological sensation of sadness due to an unfulfilled expectation." This might seem cold, but it is a powerful psychological technique for creating the distance needed to engage your rational mind. You are stepping out of the drama and into the role of the curious, scientific observer. To begin this practice of climbing the mast, you will use a technique called the observer's report. The next time you feel the storm of a painful emotion due to a setback, you will not just let yourself be tossed about by it. You will pause, take out your journal, and become an observer. You will write a report on the storm as if you were a neutral third party. You will describe the emotion. A strong feeling of shame is present. You will describe its physical effects. There is a tightness in the chest and a feeling of heat in the face. You will describe the thoughts that are swirling with it. The thoughts are catastrophic, focusing on the permanence of this failure. You must write about it as if you are describing a weather pattern, not as if you are writing a tragic diary entry. Use the mind instead of my mind. For example, the mind is replaying the event repeatedly. The profound benefit of this practice is that it will break the powerful illusion that you are your emotions. The very act of observing and describing a feeling proves that you are separate from it. This creates a buffer of peace, a pocket of stillness, even in the heart of your inner storm. From this crow's nest of calm observation, you can see the situation with a new clarity. The wave of shame or disappointment may still be large, but from your high vantage point, you can also see that the storm is temporary and that there is a calm horizon beyond it. Emotional distance gives us the clarity to survive the storm, but Stoicism teaches us not just to survive, but to profit from it. In our next lesson, we will learn the alchemical art of reframing rejection as a powerful opportunity. If you are ready to climb the mast, declare it in the comments below. I am the observer in the crow's nest. Your commitment to this higher perspective helps our entire community see more clearly. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 4. Reframe rejection as opportunity. Imagine our sea captain, having safely navigated the storm, finds himself blown far off his intended course. He is in uncharted waters. His original plan to reach a specific port is now impossible. The novice captain would see this as a catastrophic failure. He would lament his misfortune and try desperately to sail back to his original failed course. The wise Stoic captain, however, has a different mindset. He looks at his new, unexpected position on the map not as a failure, but as an opportunity. He thinks, perhaps this storm, this rejection from my original path, has redirected me here for a reason. What new islands, what new trade routes, what new discoveries might be possible from this position? He reframes the setback as a potential adventure. This brings us to a profound inner conflict in how we deal with the aftermath of rejection. After the initial pain has subsided, we are often left with a lingering sense of loss and failure. The problem statement is this: we remain fixated on the door that is closed. We mourn the loss of the job we didn't get, the relationship that didn't work out, the path that is no longer available. This fixation on the past keeps us stuck. We are the captain constantly trying to sail back to the closed harbor, wasting our time and resources while a whole new ocean of possibility lies before us, unexplored. The transformative solution is to become a master of the Stoic reframe. You must learn to see every rejection, every closed door, not as an end, but as a redirection and an opportunity. The core idea is that the universe or fate or reality often has a better plan for you than you have for yourself. The job you didn't get might have saved you from a toxic work environment. The relationship that ended might have cleared the way for one that is far more aligned with your true self. The closed door is not a punishment. It is a course correction. It is the universe acting as your wise navigator, pushing your ship away from a suboptimal port and toward a greater destiny. This is the art of turning obstacles upside down, the key principle for Stoics like Marcus Aurelius. He taught that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. A rejection is an obstacle. By reframing it as an opportunity, you are using the obstacle itself as the first step on a new and potentially better path. This is an act of profound creative power. It is the alchemy of turning the lead of failure into the gold of opportunity. To begin this practice, you must become an opportunity hunter. For the next week, your task is to look back at a past rejection or failure in your life. You will perform an opportunity audit. In your journal, you will first describe the rejection. Then you will answer 3 powerful reframing questions. First, what did this rejection save me from? Think deeply. What negative consequences or future pains might you have avoided because this door closed? Second, what did this rejection force me to develop? What strengths, what skills, what new knowledge did you have to build in response to this setback? How did it make you stronger, wiser, or more resilient? Third, and most importantly, what new and unexpected doors did this rejection open for me, even if they were small? Did it lead you to meet new people, to discover a new interest, to find a better path that you would never have looked for otherwise? You are training your brain to stop focusing on the one door that closed and to start looking for all the other doors that have opened. The profound benefit of this practice is that you will begin to develop a deep and abiding trust in the process of your life. You will lose your fear of no, because you will start to see it as the beginning of a new and exciting yes. This will make you more daring, more resilient, and more optimistic. You are no longer the captain mourning the port he could not enter. You are the great explorer, excited by the vast, uncharted ocean of opportunity that every redirection reveals. Reframing rejection as opportunity is a powerful mental shift. But after a significant setback, we must also ensure that our own ship is sound. In our next lesson, we will learn how to strengthen our boundaries after a setback. If you are ready to find the opportunity in every rejection, declare it in the comments below. Every closed door opens a new one. Your commitment to this mindset helps our entire community find its next great adventure. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 5. Strengthen boundaries after setbacks. Let us return to our captain and his ship. They have weathered a great storm, a major setback. While the ship has survived, the storm has revealed certain weaknesses in its structure. A railing was torn away, a sail was ripped, a small leak was sprung in the hull. The foolish captain might ignore these small points of damage, desperate to just keep sailing. The wise captain, however, knows that a setback is a priceless structural survey. He pulls into a quiet cove, and his first order of business is to repair and strengthen the very parts of the ship that the storm revealed as weak. He strengthens the railings, he patches the hull with extra timbers, he replaces the sail with a stronger one. The ship is not just repaired, it is made more resilient than it was before the storm. This is a powerful metaphor for what we must do in the wake of a rejection or a personal failure. The inner conflict we face is that after a setback, we often feel vulnerable and exposed. Our instinct might be to lower our standards, to become more accommodating, to weaken our boundaries in the hope of avoiding another rejection. The problem statement is this: failing to strengthen your boundaries after a setback makes you more vulnerable to future damage. The rejection has revealed a weakness, perhaps a tendency to overgive, a fear of saying no, or a lack of self-respect. If you do not consciously repair and fortify this weakness, the next storm will strike in the exact same place, but this time the damage could be catastrophic. The transformative solution is to see a setback as a divine opportunity to reinforce your boundaries. You must become the wise shipwright of your own character. The core idea is that a rejection is a stress test that provides you with invaluable data about the structural integrity of your personal boundaries. It shows you where your hull is thin. Your task is not to curse the storm, but to thank it for the free diagnostic report, and then to get to work reinforcing your ship. This transforms a setback from a source of shame into a productive and empowering period of self-improvement. The Stoics believed deeply in this process of self-examination and fortification. After any difficult encounter, they would review their own actions and judgments, looking for weaknesses and areas for improvement. They were constantly strengthening their inner citadel, patching the walls that life's challenges had revealed to be weak. This is how they built their legendary resilience. They used every setback as a chance to become even more unshakable. To begin this practice, you must conduct a post-setback boundary review. The next time you face a rejection or failure, after the initial emotional storm has passed, you will take out your journal. You will ask yourself one critical question: what weakness in my own boundaries did this situation reveal? Be brutally honest. Did you say yes when you should have said no? Did you fail to communicate your needs clearly? Did you tolerate disrespectful behavior out of a fear of being rejected? Identify the specific boundary that was either weak or absent. Once you've identified the weak point, your next step is to create a reinforcement plan. You will write down one clear, simple, and specific rule of conduct for yourself that will strengthen this boundary in the future. For example, in future salary negotiations, I will state my desired number first and hold my ground. Or, on first dates, I will make it a rule to share my own opinions honestly, even if I think the other person might disagree. Or, when this family member makes a demanding request, I will practice saying the phrase, "Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you," instead of giving an immediate yes. The profound benefit of this practice is that you will systematically turn your setbacks into sources of immense personal strength. You will plug the leaks in your own ship one by one. This will make you more confident, more self-respecting, and paradoxically, more attractive to the right kind of people and opportunities. You are no longer the captain who ignores the damage and hopes for the best. You are the master shipwright who uses every storm to build a vessel that is stronger and more seaworthy than ever before. Strengthening our boundaries protects us, but the pain of a rejection can still linger. In our next lesson, we will learn how to take that pain and channel it into a powerful, productive force. If you are ready to reinforce your ship, declare it in the comments below. I will strengthen my hull. Your commitment to this work helps our entire community become more resilient. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 6. Channel pain into personal power. Imagine the wind, a powerful and often painful force. In a storm, this wind can be destructive. It can tear at the sails of a ship, snap its mast, and drive it onto the rocks. A captain who does not know how to work with the wind is its victim. He is pushed around, his journey dictated by the storm's fury. The master captain, however, has a different relationship with the wind. He knows that this same powerful, painful force can be harnessed. By skillfully adjusting his sails, he can catch the wind, even a harsh and difficult wind, and use its immense power to propel his ship forward with incredible speed and purpose. He has not eliminated the wind. He has channeled its painful energy into personal power. The pain of rejection is that wind. This illustrates a profound inner conflict. When we experience the sharp emotional pain of a significant rejection, our instinct is to see it as a purely negative, destructive force. The problem statement is this: by seeing pain only as an enemy, we waste one of the most potent sources of fuel for personal growth. We wallow in the pain, we let it tear at our sails, we allow it to drive us into a state of despair and inaction. We are the captain with torn sails, adrift after the storm, complaining about the harshness of the wind. We fail to realize that this very energy, if harnessed correctly, could be the thing that launches us into the next greatest chapter of our lives. The transformative solution is to become a master sailor of your own emotional winds. You must learn the Stoic art of channeling the pain of rejection into a source of personal power. The core idea is that the emotional energy generated by a rejection, the anger, the disappointment, the feeling of being underestimated, is a powerful fuel. You have a choice. You can let this fuel burn you up from the inside out with bitterness and resentment, or you can channel it into the engine of your own self-improvement. A strong man does not get broken by rejection, he gets driven by it. He uses the pain as a powerful, motivating wind in his sails. The Stoics were experts at this emotional alchemy. They believed that philosophy was the art of turning life's hardships into fuel for virtue. They would use an insult as a reason to practice patience. They would use a failure as a reason to redouble their discipline. They never wasted the precious energy of a painful experience. They channeled it, transformed it, and used it to become stronger. This is not about seeking revenge or acting out of bitterness. It is about a clean, powerful transformation of negative energy into positive, purposeful action. To begin this practice, you must build your pain engine. For the next week, your task is to identify one painful rejection you are still carrying. You will then consciously decide to channel the lingering emotional energy from that event into one specific, positive, and challenging goal. This is your revenge project, but your revenge is not on the other person. It is on your own former weakness. For example, if you were rejected for a job, you will channel the sting of that rejection into a commitment to mastering a new skill that will make you twice as valuable in the marketplace. If you were rejected by a romantic partner, you will channel that pain into becoming the most physically, mentally, and spiritually strong version of yourself. You will create a clear and specific plan, and every time you feel a pang of the old pain, you will not wallow in it. You will see it as a signal, a gust of wind, and you will immediately go and work on your project. You will go to the gym, you will study your craft, you will build your business. You are physically and mentally channeling the energy. The profound benefit of this practice is that you will perform an incredible act of alchemy. You will take the most painful experiences of your life and turn them into the greatest sources of your power and achievement. The pain will no longer be a heavy anchor holding you in the past. It will become the powerful wind that propels you into a glorious future. You are no longer the victim of the storm. You are the master sailor, using every gust of wind to reach your destination faster. Channeling pain into power is how we move forward. Now for our final lesson, we must learn how to walk forward with a new, unshakable kind of confidence. If you are ready to harness the wind, declare it in the comments below. My pain is my fuel. Your commitment to this transformation gives power to our entire community. Please remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 7. Walk forward with Stoic confidence. Let us imagine our captain one last time. He has understood the nature of the sea. He has built a strong ship. He has weathered the storms. He has learned from every closed harbor, and he has harnessed the very winds that sought to destroy him. Now he stands at the helm, his gaze fixed on a new horizon, a new destination. He does not know for certain what he will find there. There may be new storms, new challenges, new rejections, but he is not afraid. He walks forward into this unknown future with a new kind of confidence. It is not the arrogant confidence of a man who believes he cannot fail. It is the deep, quiet, and unshakable confidence of a man who knows that he is fully equipped to handle whatever comes his way. His confidence is in his character, not his circumstances. This is the final state we aspire to, and it resolves our last inner conflict. Even after we have processed a rejection and learned from it, we can still be haunted by the fear of it happening again. The problem statement is this: the ghost of past rejections can make us timid and hesitant as we move into the future. We become afraid to apply for the next job, to ask the next person out, to take the next creative risk. We are the captain who, despite having a perfectly sound ship, is afraid to leave the safety of the harbor because he remembers the last storm. This lingering fear prevents us from fully embracing the new opportunities that our redirection has presented us. The transformative solution is to learn to walk forward with true Stoic confidence. This is the culmination of all our previous lessons. The core idea is that your confidence for the future should not be based on the hope of a positive outcome, but on the certain knowledge of your own inner strength and resilience. You have done the work. You have faced the storm and survived. You have strengthened your ship. You have learned to navigate. You have faced the pain and used it as fuel. You now possess a set of skills and a strength of character that you did not have before. Your confidence is in this new version of yourself. The Stoics taught that the wise man is confident, not because he can predict the future, but because he trusts his ability to meet the future virtuously, no matter what it holds. His confidence is in his training, his principles, his well-ordered mind. It is a quiet, powerful certainty that says, I don't know what will happen, but I know I will be able to handle it with wisdom and grace. This is the only kind of confidence that can truly conquer the fear of the unknown. To begin this final practice, you must conduct a strength inventory. Before you step forward into a new challenge that triggers the fear of a past rejection, you will take out your journal. You will not focus on the potential negative outcome. Instead, you will take an inventory of the new strengths you have built as a result of your past setbacks. You will write down the answers to these questions. How am I more resilient now than I was before? What specific lessons did I learn that I can now apply? How has my character been tempered and strengthened by my past struggles? You are deliberately focusing your mind on your growth and your capabilities, not on your fears. You are reminding yourself that you are not the same captain who set out on the last voyage. You are a new captain, a wiser captain, with a stronger ship. The profound benefit of this final practice is that it will allow you to break free from the chains of your past failures and to step into your future with courage and optimism. You will find yourself taking on new challenges with a sense of excitement rather than dread. You are no longer defined by the doors that have closed behind you, but by the open ocean of possibility that lies before you, and by the unshakable confidence you have in the captain who stands at the helm. From understanding the nature of a closed harbor to sailing forward with unshakable confidence, you now hold the Stoic truths to master rejection. You know that every no is a redirection, Every setback is a lesson, and every pain is a source of power. This is the path to becoming an unbreakable man. Thank you for your dedication to this profound journey of self-mastery. Your commitment to turning rejection into redirection is a powerful example for us all. If this video has empowered you, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Stoic Power channel to continue your voyage.